Living in temporary and often unsuitable accommodation, that is bad enough. And that is a lot of, most of, what we call homelessness. But of course you also have at the more extreme end people who can't even get temporary accommodation. They will often have been rough sleeping. That perhaps is the picture of homelessness that many of us have. And of course they will need help, and they may get it at a place like this. I'm just outside the centre of town at Emmaus.
And so here's the room.
So a large single bed, a sink and a TV, drawers and...
Furnished with all donated furniture items. So my name's Duncan Lewis and I'm Chief Executive here at Emmaus, Hertfordshire. This is somewhere where we provide a home for up to 39 formerly homeless companions, as we call them. We give them meaningful work experience, and that's very important because it provides structure and a sense of purpose. One of the things I guess I've learned since I've been in this role is homelessness is very indiscriminate. We have a really wide range of people here, some who've come from very chaotic backgrounds, some who've been living very normal lives, highly qualified professionals. People have significant needs if they come to us. It's not just about putting a roof over their head, it's about working all of those things through.
In some ways, Duncan, our audience will, when they hear the word homeless, will picture rough sleeping as the story. Why are some people in hotels and some others not, and coming to Emmaus, for example?
Every individual's circumstances and entitlements are different. I think the reason there are so many people in the district and in Hertfordshire who are in temporary accommodation is it's just a function of supply and demand, and it's as a result of there just not being enough of that affordable social housing for them to make permanent homes in.
All right, we can meet one of the residents, one of the companions here.
So my name's Charlie. I've been living here for about 2 years now.
The night before you came here, where did you sleep?
I had a tent down the park, Verulamium, which I had to obviously take down during the day and hide it. I used to work, but to save on rent, I would just pitch a tent up in the woods because that gave me my freedom so I could choose how much I worked. I think the issues with accommodation for me was that because I'm single and the work I've done has been low paid, I simply haven't been able to afford to rent a flat. And if I would have done so, because I've been self-employed and you don't have a guaranteed income, as soon as you lose a job, then you're in a real pickle, and I can't personally deal with that level of stress. So by sleeping in tents for years at a time, it meant that I could afford to live and I could do other things. But obviously if you wake up in a tent, in November and 4 inches of snow and the tent's sagging, it's not a lot of fun.
Are you hoping to move out at some point, to move on?
Yes, and my support worker is helping me in the process of getting social housing. It's a bit of a long process.
And will you stay working? Is that your plan?
So I had quite a lot of mental health issues, and nothing is straightforward. It can be a bit of an up and down journey. It isn't just a case of just getting a place to live and a means of supporting yourself. You have to work through all your issues with your support worker, with mental health support, so you build yourself up on many different levels.
Charlie there, one of those aiming to get a place in social housing out of Emmaus, which does accommodate a few dozen folks here. But it's an affluent city with a severe housing shortage. And that was mentioned to us by the local MP, Daisy Cooper, whose constituency we're broadcasting from. And I chatted to her about how we ease those shortages and the Lib Dems approach.
The previous Conservative government decided it wanted to build, that we had to build 15,000 homes here in St Albans, and the Labour government has increased that number to 25,000 homes by 2040.
And you're supporting that?
No, what I've said is, of course we have to build homes that people need, but in that housing target, there's nothing to protect the Greenbelt, and there is no target for social homes that we need.
Are you not, though, trying to sort of ride two horses here by saying we've got a massive housing problem, but we don't support building more houses? I mean, I can see that you may say we could build these houses differently, but is that the argument you've been having with government?
I think everybody recognises we have to have more homes. Nobody is saying don't build new homes. It's a question of how many, where they should be built, and with what infrastructure, and for which people. And I think it's very frustrating that the entire housing debate gets reduced down to, do you want more homes or no homes, this kind of NIMBY or YIMBY kind of debate. And actually most people recognise we do need to have more homes, but they want it to come with the right infrastructure, and they want it to be done in a way that's also going to tackle pockets of poverty and homelessness as well.